Hi guys, it's Angela here. I'm going to talk a little bit about cleaning your brushes today. So I've got 3 different soaps here. This is the pink soap. I use this a lot of times for my acrylic paint brushes and maybe watercolor as well. Here's another one. This is more of a cake soap. It's a brush cleaner and preserver, and you just take the lid off. There's not much left in here, unfortunately. I've used so much of it. It's just like a cake of bar soap that you can just rub your brushes on and then clean in the way I'm going to show you. And then here's another one. This is a newer one for me, and I found this to be my very favorite soap. This is called Jack's Linseed Studio Soap. I know if you live in Edmonds, Washington, you can get it at Art Spot, which is on Main Street. I'm sure you can get it at lots of other places. It's made by Jack Richardson. And this is what I use to clean all of my oil painting brushes. It works the best. It's fantastic. But I'm just going to use the pink soap for now. Now I'm going to take a dirty brush. For example, this is just a regular old student grade paintbrush. I've got a flat one. See, it's got a thin edge and a wide edge. And I've got a round one. I'm going to show you how to clean them both. They're both the same. But I get this question a lot. So the first thing is I want to go to my sink and I want to make sure that the water is not too cold. It doesn't need to be a super fast stream. I don't want it to be freezing cold, so I have a little bit of warmth in there, but I don't want it hot. That'll soften up the glue and it will ruin the brush. So just a little bit warm. I'm going to put a little bit of soap into my palm, and then I'm going to start rubbing the brush in a circular motion into my palm, and then turn it over and rub it again. Then I'll rinse it under the brush underneath that water. And then I'll do it again. And what I want to do is I want to keep doing it until I can't see any more of that color that I was using. So I'm going to make sure that when I'm rubbing it in my palm, that I'm not pushing up on the bristles. I want to make sure that I'm just rubbing it in a bit of a circle, turning it over and rubbing it again. I can open up the bristles to make sure that they're clean and that the water gets throughout there and get any of the paint that's trapped up here completely gone. But I don't want to ruin the bristles at all, so I don't want to bend backwards or push too hard straight up and down like this. Once I've done the cleaning, and it's the same thing for the other brush, I put a little bit more soap in my hand, and again, rub it in a circle, turn it over, rub it again, rinse it all out, make sure it's nice and clean. Then I flick the brushes. Now you can go outside to do this if you'd rather not get your studio sink dirtier than it already is. But I just flick the brushes, get the worst of the paint off, the worst of the water off, sorry. And then I might squeeze out that excess water. Now the best way to dry these would be if I could hang them. And you can find hangers that have little wire loops that you'd stick the brushes in and just hang them upside down to drip dry. The next best way is to lay them flat on the tabletop, on your countertop, on a piece of paper towel or an old rag. And just try and shape those bristles before you do so. Never put them upright if possible, because what happens is the water that's in here gets down into the ferrule, it gets trapped there, it can go moldy, it can start to degrade the brushes as well. So the best way to do it is to hang them upside down if you can, or to lay them flat, making sure that you smooth out the bristles and try and reshape them again. Do this every time you paint. With my acrylic brushes, especially, since acrylic is just liquid plastic, it's going to dry out the brushes, and acrylic is really hard on those brushes. I have to wash them out after each painting session. With my oil painting brushes, if I'm painting in the morning and then I come back and paint in the evening, I'll just clean them off using my oils real quick and make sure that the oil, the medium, I use walnut oil instead of mineral spirits. I can use the walnut oil, just kind of clean up the worst of the pigment, leave the brushes, come back and paint in the evening, but then I'll wash my brushes that night using the studio soap here, this linseed oil, because it also helps keep the brushes nice and fresh. I've heard people use baby oil on their oil painting brushes in between sessions. I don't do that, but if it helps keep your brushes longer, then maybe that's worth a go. But proper brush care is really important. Spend some money on your brushes, get some good quality brushes. You don't need 50 brushes, get maybe 5 really good brushes, and just take care of them. They should last you at least 10 paintings if you really take care of them and wash them each time. All right, you guys, I hope that was helpful. And I'm gonna quickly turn this around and let me know if you have any other questions about washing your brushes. All right, bye-bye.